Look, growing a 10K per month online coaching business really isn't complicated. It's simple. But the problem is most people just don't do it long enough and don't see it through to get to that point. And look, I'm going to be completely honest with you today. I feel really tired. I don't know what's up with me at the minute. I'm just on a complete low and I'm struggling to get through the days at the moment. But I want to, without being a cheesy fucker, be committed to you guys, put stuff out and constantly help you build your business. So I thought I'm just gonna do a unscripted video today. I've literally got some notes that I fired into something a minute ago and this is how it's gonna roll. But today I'm gonna break down for you exactly how you can put my system into your business and just show you how simple it is. I'm gonna write it as we go through. In case you don't know who I am or you're new to my channel, I have been in the industry 15 years. I've coached all over the world in strongman and competed all over the world in strongman. I ran a gym for 10 years. And look, I decided to fuck it all off. I decided to pack it all in and start all over again, mentoring people within the fitness and strength area to build their own business and their own life. But I had one massive thing in mind as I was doing this, is that I wanted freedom. I wanted to live the life that I want to live. Without bragging right now, I'm bragging, we've got a house that we're getting built in Spain at the moment. I've got a Porsche. I've got 2 kids and 1 on the way. I've got a 4-bedroom detached house. Yes, I'm being a show-off twat. But my point is here, I want to say that you can do exactly what I did because I came from a council estate. I had no education, I got kicked out of school, and then got kicked out of army. That's all the story. If you don't know that already, go and have a look at the other videos and you'll see it. But look, I'm going to tell you as it is raw from here. If I can help you, amazing. Now let's get started into this, because when we break these bits down, I want you to really think about how you can put this into your business, right? And I'm gonna break this down into 5 areas. So we're gonna go attention, then we're gonna go engagement, and I'm gonna use a different pen for each and every one. Offer, sales, and then we're gonna have to come back to this, and retention. So grab yourselves a pen and paper and we're going to break this down into each area that we're going to use. So first up, attention. Now look, it's not all about going fucking viral, because people are thinking that I need to go viral, and it's not about that at all. It really is about speaking to one person. So we need to speak to one person online. Now remember this, look, online is, there's so many people there, there's so many people that can lose their attention and you're watching the masses. So you need to stand out. You need to be putting content out daily. But another way that you stand out is you talk to one person about one problem. Again, when you think about this, it will make you shine like a beacon, because if you're blending in with everybody else's content, doing the same thing that everybody else is doing, and you're not actually hitting people that make them go, shit, they're talking to me, and then you're not going to stand out to that person individually. You want to tell the exact one person that you help them hit that exact one problem, so they go, shit, he's talking to me or she's talking to me, whatever you want to be. And then we've got the repeatable system. So we need to make sure that you can repeat what you're doing. You can repeat your message, you can repeat your language, you can repeat talking about the stuff that you're talking about all the time, instead of changing your message. Because I see it all the time where people are changing their message too much and their market doesn't actually know. And it's because you're trying to think that, but I can help with so many different things. Great, of course you can, so can I. But if you're not speaking to one person about that one thing, then you're not going to stand out to anybody. But then what we do is we work on the GAP framework. And what that is growth, authority, and personal. Can't even spell. Growth, authority, and personal. Now, this is the framework that I use within my content on social media. If you are not showing up every single day, at least one, if not 2 or 3 times a day on social media, then you are not putting the effort in and you're not going to be seen. But then the other part of it is if you're not hitting some form of framework, that is, the growth side of it is about getting the eyeballs. It's getting the people to see you. It's the stuff that stands out. There's certain ways you can do this with taking proven viral content that already works well in your industry. Use their content hooks, regurgitate it so that it's your style. This is one way of getting growth onto your platform. Another thing is that I teach the Smart Ad Protocol, which this is just the terminology I use for it because I give unique mechanisms within the business, but ultimately they're follower ads. They're getting people to follow your page. And if people then follow your page using ads, if they like what they see, they hang around. If they don't, then they'll go. And it's as simple as that. Try not to overcomplicate thinking all these different complex systems and funnels. People don't want to be forced into an area. People know what an advert is. But if they land on your profile and they like you, then they're going to stick around. So getting people onto your platform is really important, that you get the attention there first, but then you have a platform that is full of the stuff that you're talking to, again, that one person about that one problem. The authority stuff is all about showing that you know what you're doing. It's the case studies. It's the opinions that maybe a lot of people wouldn't dare say, but it's got to be things that you truly believe in and that you truly have tested and worked within. I'm hoping that if you're watching this video, that you are a coach that has done the reps, that has got yourself in a great place, physique and strength and fitness, whatever it may be, whatever your area is, and you know how to do it for yourself, plus you know how to do it with other people. And if you do, then the authority part should be easy, because it's all your opinions of and thought processes and knowledge from what you've done in your journey. And then it's showing the evidence of, look at the rest of the guys that I've worked with and they've got there. And then the personal is so fucking simple. It's talking about the real life stuff. Exactly what I said at the start of the video here, who I am, what I'm working on, and it's things for people to connect with you. I had a mentor that once told me you should never put your kids on social media. I completely disagree. And it's one of the best things with personal sort of connection is people seeing your family. If people can see your family and start to understand how you live, it helps them be more relatable. And this is a huge part of actually converting people to want to pay you. If people know everything about you, then they become warm and then they want to pay you. So the next part here then, we've got the engagement. So within the engagement section, this is all about the conversations, right? And it's about being real. Because, and I'll put this next, no fucking scripts. I've been given tons of scripts before by mentors that say, use this script because this is going to get you sales within your inbox. Nobody wants a script. Nobody wants to be spoken to, especially now when AI is at its absolute highest. People want to be spoken to by real people with real connection, and conversations don't just flow in a certain direction. Yes, we want to guide them so that we're not becoming a pen pal online, but at the same time, if you're using scripts and you're thinking these scripts are not working, well, let's think about this. It's because you're not being real and you're not being natural towards a person. But all we want to do here is reply. I can't even spell today, clearly. We want to talk. We want to comment. Now, with your social media, are you replying to everybody? Are you talking to people daily? Are you then commenting on people's comments on yours and on theirs? Because remember, that's what social media is all about. And if you're not doing that, then you're not living by the social media rules. You're just expecting people to come to you. But what we want to do here is have a system every single day where we have 30 minutes where you go onto your hot list. And we call this inside the shift, we call this the hot list daily tracker, where we are spending 30 minutes looking at who is talking to you, who is in your inbox, Who is in the pipeline that's showed interest that needs just nudging along a little bit more? If you don't do this stuff, I will say to you square in the face, you are fucking lazy. Because if you think that people are just going to fall in your lap and you don't have to do the work here, then you are wrong and you are not going to get anywhere in business. It doesn't matter how many mentors say to you, set this predictable system that will get you 10 guaranteed leads per week, blah, blah, blah. It's, at the end of the day, not the way that it works forever. Yes, that can happen sometimes, but if you're not putting the work in and you're not connecting with people, engaging with people and being real and doing your admin that is so basic like this hot list daily tracker, then you're not going to get anywhere else in business. Then the next one, then we've got the offer. So this is what we need to make sure is that's my magnet, a magnetic offer. We need to be something that is different, something that has a clear outcome, making sure that you are clear on exactly where you're taking people and what the outcome is. If you do this, you will get this. Make it super clear. You then want a clear time frame. Get them to understand that this program is 3 months long, this program is 6 months, 12 months, whatever it is, because people want to know what they're buying into. If you were to finance a car, you don't go, oh, that's fine, I'll pay that amount. You're going to ask how long it is, right? You want to know every single thing, and that's what these also want to understand because they're invested into something. You then want it to be a clear who. Obviously, this goes into the whole one person, one problem side, but you want to be clear on your offer, actually who this is for. For me, I help online coaches go from 2 to 5K to 10K months as an actual operator rather than just spunking money everywhere and trying to spend too much on ads and not really knowing what's coming in. This is about making sure that you are clear to your market. And the best way of looking at this is you want to be able to do this in one sentence. If you can't explain who you work with in one sentence, then your messaging is completely weak. The next part here then is the sales point. So within the sales, you need a very simple process that takes people straight to where you need them to then make the purchase. When people are ready, they know they're ready, you don't know they're ready. But if you have plenty of opportunities for people to join your program, for them to understand how to go to the next step, to know where to comment or where to contact or whatever it is to go to that next step, and then you're always ready for them. You need to make sure it's a really clear way of them knowing this is how I move forward. One of the things that we teach and that I use is an offer document. I got this off a mentor a while back and it's been a game changer. If you like, you can call it a landing page, but this is a live offer document. It's free to set up, super simple, and it's just, look, it's got everything on there that people need to know if they want to work with you. It breaks down all the barriers, all the objections, all the answers are on there, the price, absolutely everything is there. But it's really important that you understand this only goes to people when they are ready. This does not just go scattergun effect and you send it to your email list and hope that somebody buys it. This is only for when people say, yes, I'm ready, or what is it that you do, or how do I work with you? How does this work? Here it is. And that's what we do then, send it to them. And then additional to that as well, you want a call sales process, sales call process. Told you I was tired. With this, now, there's a lot of mentors that will say, don't do sales calls. What I live by and what I stick to is I will do a sales call if I need to do a sales call. Now, don't get me wrong. If everything is in place, then they shouldn't typically need a sales call. But the way that I like to look at this is some people just want to speak to you first, and that is completely fine. I don't think my dick's too big for people to speak to me. If you want to speak to me, we'll jump on a call and we'll speak. But one thing I'll make sure by this point is that they have seen my stuff. I'll see where they are on my actual pipeline, where they've been, what they've seen of mine. But I'll also send them a video explaining absolutely everything that I do. And the reason I do this is so that they're pre-sold before they actually get onto the call. Then when they come to the call, really, they've probably got one question, or they just physically want to see you, and that's completely fine. They see you, they speak to you, they ask you questions, it's a short call, where's your, how do you pay, what do we do from here? And that is all it's gonna be. So for me, I'm not gonna say don't do this, but it's just all about making sure that you have that option in place just in case. But again, I want to say here, no scripts, because people smell it a mile off. You do not want to be doing scripts with people. It is not about a specific process that you take people through, because every single person's different. Respect them and treat them different, because they need to be treated different as they go through. But the next part here then that we go on to is the onboard. So this wants to be automated. You want a really smooth and clear and clean onboarding process. So if you go to my offer document and you purchase, whether you pay up front or you pay it in split payments, it will then take you to the next part of my onboarding process. It will log you into my school, it will send you an email, it will send you a video so you can understand exactly what happens next. You get into the Skool community, you do the onboarding level. After the onboarding, then we have a call and it goes from there. It is super smooth. I don't need to talk to anyone, because look, once they've paid and they've decided they're in, I don't need to then hold their hand and walk them through it. It's having a system that is super simple, so that you know that it's smooth and they can crack on, because when people decide they want the results, they want in and they want to get pushing forward. I used to do it quite some time back where I did everything manually, because I thought that it was actually, when they're ready, I'll then give it to them personally. But let me tell you, that was stupid. It's not needed at all, and it's much better when you let people just follow the process, because they just go and then they will win eventually anyway. Then we've got the retention. So within this part here, we need to track KPIs. Now, people hate KPIs in business when they do business, let's call it soft. But if you start to really think about breaking each area down within your business and understanding, and we can reflect back onto these, what your content's doing, how well you're engaging with people, where they are in your pipeline, how good your offer is, where your sales are at. When you really understand all these things and you look at it through an eye that is, look, you don't have to be a tech geek, because I hate spreadsheets and I hate that stuff. I even hate KPIs. But when you look at your business for what it is, rather than just shooting from the hip thinking, yes, I'm just making money, you break every part down. You then start to respect and appreciate and want to do the KPIs, because actually you're seeing things grow. And that's what it's about. It could be your YouTube channel, it could be your social media followers, it could be the reach that you're getting per week. Again, like, let's not be obsessive on thinking you need to go viral, but getting a bigger reach per week, getting a bigger email list, getting a bigger amount of people subscribing or hours watched on your YouTube channel, all these things are part of growth and KPIs. And when they start to grow and you start to really see that, it starts to make sense. So one of the areas on here as well that we want to look at is having one system. So within the being able to retain people, you want to have one system that you take people through that is really clear. It's one framework. And I want to say it like this as well, because if you have a repeatable framework system that you take people through, often a lot of coaches can say, but then that means that it's not bespoke and it's not specific to the person. That's wrong. It's not that it's not, because the coaching part comes within, let's say you're going to coach people on, I used to use True Coach. A lot of people use Trainerize. That's the coaching part. But when it comes to the whole overall thing, if you were to use Skool, for example, like I teach the guys within our community, Skool is a platform that you can really lay things out very well. You can build part of your free area, which is the lead magnet stuff, which is how you're then going to turn them into clients. But also when they become clients, they get access to a separate part of Skool in a hidden classroom. And this is all about the delivery. It's making life easier for you. So again, if you were to sign up with me today, you go straight into Skool and you'll be onboarded. You'll automatically go through that stuff, and then we'll jump on a call once you've done that, because I don't need to tell you to do that stuff because it's there. And again, this is what it's all about, having one clear system that you can really push people through so that you can get the best results for them. Talking about results, then we want case studies. So you want to make sure that you are focused on building case studies, because this is what turns it all back into here. Once we get good case studies, then we start to refeed it back into the engine, and that's exactly how you get more attention, you get more clients, and that is exactly how the growth engine works. So look, this might look like a lot if you've just joined right now. It's a good job you can't join at this point. But if you break this down into your business, just look at all the areas, look at what you are and look at what you are not doing and what you need to improve on, because I can guarantee you that you will be leaving money on the table because you are not doing half of these things. And a lot of them will be because you're doing things like you're thinking scripts are good, you're not doing your KPIs, you're not focusing on case studies, you're not thinking about the way that the system will be because you'll just be thinking that everybody needs to be done manually. I was on a call with somebody last month who said that she will never come away from doing everything manually. My comment there was, you will never move forward and be able to scale your business. She was stuck at around 3K and you just physically can't do it. I was at that point once, and you physically can't move forward if that is how you're going to spend your time. The other areas that people are messing up, let's just highlight the scripts again, just because it is. Hot list. People aren't doing their hot list. They aren't tracking daily like who you're talking to. The huge thing I say here is, what next step could you get people to? Not how do you make a sale. Don't look at people and think they are going to pay you money. You're just getting to the next step. What is the next step? It could be your lead magnet. It could be getting their email address, put them onto your email list. It could be speaking to them again, helping them with something, giving them some value, sending them a video from your YouTube channel, whatever it may be. It's exactly the reason why I do things like this, because when I break this down and people go, shit, yeah, that's exactly what I need. Well, you've got a chance to then join me. That being said, go to the description below, hit the school link in there, get yourself into my school where this is broken down completely step by step in 5 systems that you can implement into your business for free, because I'm trying to show as many people as possible how you get to this point. But remember, I work with people that are already in business and already have an online coaching business already, because look, if you are starting from scratch, harsh reality and harsh truth is that you're probably not going to be ready to put this effort in. You need to get the reps in first. You need to get yourself into that position, so then I can then supercharge you and help you from there. It's a little bit like getting a coach from day one. If you've never even been in the gym, you're better off to get yourself in the gym first. So this is the full system. Look, I know you got tons of value from that. Make sure you make note on it, and this will absolutely change the way that you look forward in your business. Just make sure you put some fucking time in, do the reps, and get this shit going. So there you go, there you have it. That's the full system, super simple. It is so simple, it is unbelievable. If you can't make anything out of this, then maybe you shouldn't be in business. But look, I've got 2 options for you. One, click in the description below, get yourself into my school. When you get there, give me a thumbs up and I'll point you in the right direction. Or number 2, if you are like, fuck this, I am ready, I want to move forward, then go to my Instagram. The link is also in there. DM me the word 5 and I will send you the information so you can see my offer doc, and then you can join me. Or if not, you can just snatch the offer doc. Either way. Peace out. See you soon.